I kind of want to get the run set up, but the song's too good. I don't know what to do. Oh god. Oh god. I guess we should probably get this up and running. Let's close out of that. Oh man. Pepsiman is right here, I believe. And then we will want to... Hey, there we go. That was easy. Nope, we are in time for Pepsiman. I'm gonna grab a Pepsi real quick because this is incredibly important. And then we will start the run. Alright, so just so you know, this run is legit. There we go. Just play the music. Fair enough. So, we're going to start in a second here. That all looks good. And 3, 2, 1, go. So we're doing cutscene percent, so we're going to watch all the cutscenes. If you missed my SGDQ run, then you are in for a treat with these cutscenes, because they are quite fantastic.
Pepsiman, you got here just at the perfect time. I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi, and the word is that they're just about to riot.
Oh God!
I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix this flat.
Not riots.
But it looks like it's gonna
Whew.
take some time.
This sounds serious. Sorry about that. So, a single soda machine in San Francisco has ran out of soda, so it's up to us to save the world and cause San Francisco not to riot due to lack of soda. This is Pepsiman. It is a temple run style of game where we are the greatest superhero known to man, Pepsiman himself. And it has the best speed tech in any video game ever made, which is a run button. So a lot of the game, speed-wise, revolves around literally not picking up as much soda as is conveniently possible, as well as running in very specific patterns of timing of my movement to cause obstacles to spawn at the end of the screen in a certain way, so that they're much more easy to, or easier to dodge. So, I was in that garbage can. While in the garbage can, my movement was reversed. There we go. As long as I hug the left and I don't get unlucky, we should be fine. And we're already almost done with the first stage. Bam! So this is a completely different vending machine. Do not be fooled by the fact that this looks like a vending machine which is not empty of soda, and sounds oddly suspicious that they would be asking me to fill a vending machine when this one is full. This is different, so it's okay. To hold a run button for so long? Oh man, I wish. You have to press the up on the D-pad and the run button at the exact same time in a rhythmic pattern to run. Ooh, I wish I could hold the run button. That would be nice. Unfortunately, Pepsiman does not have that luxury, as to have a run button that you can just hold. Instead, it has to be very inconveniently placed on the exact same button as the slide button, so that sometimes you accidentally slide when you mean to run and kill yourself. You know, for luck. So we are now Tony Hawk. We did it. And we can also jump like 30 or 40 feet in the air. Because reasons. Hey! Okay. Hey! And we're already almost done with this stage. So we're gonna run on the left there to get ahead of that truck, and we made it to the vending machines. I guess there's 2 for some reason that are empty with all these rioting background characters from Street Fighter 2. So there it is. We saved the entire world. We did it. That's the entirety of the game. And I think that's world record time, if I'm not oh, wait a minute. It's still loading. What's going on? Oh, well, this just sends a mixed message about how helpful Pepsi is. That driver was very negligent. I hope someone got his plate. This is not okay. So yeah, this is the boss stage. There's 4 of these in the game. This one's by far the easiest. Hard part about these stages is that the perspective swapped around. Obviously, you're running towards the screen rather than away from it. And the reaction time for these obstacles is extremely low if you've never played this before and don't know basically where they're going to be. But that's the end of World 1. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm currently playing this on a PS1. If you played this on PS2 with fast disc speed, you would be saving a lot of time on loading. And in fact, the world record run for this game plays on a PS2. Alternatively, you could also play on emulator, but the emulator doesn't quite emulate as perfectly as a PS2 would. So, more cutscenes.
Have a Pepsi. Next stage.
I love those cutscenes. The thing is, I played this game hundreds of times as far as speedruns go, and these cutscenes are still the best part. It's not even close.
Pepsi Man! There's a building on fire just ahead. We need to get there immediately, but look what's happened! According to reports I have heard, they got the fire under control, but there are some people that couldn't escape past.
Oh, I see we got a donation. Thank you so much for that. I'll read your message after the run, as I am currently restreaming, running everything else behind the scenes. But thank you, thank you. So World 2 is New York, which you could tell immediately just by looking at the hellscape that is New York. If you've ever seen Escape from New York, you know for a fact that this is 100% accurate. As long as I hold the right side here, these barrels will always spawn in a way where they will never hit me. And then, this is actually a really hard section because it's hard to dodge all these stupid cans without hitting something. But if we go left here, we can avoid a bunch of these. The reason I'm avoiding cans is that at the end of the stage, there's that counter that counts how many cans you've collected. The less cans I collect, the quicker the counter goes. So, basically, the less collectibles I get, the faster my time is going to be. But if you would get hit because of avoiding a collectible, or the timing is too inconsistent to be worthwhile, then just pick up the collectible, basically. These are very... oh god! Very tightly timed runs and jumps, because every time I input a run or jump animation, the animation has to complete fully before I can do anything else. It's 1 frame per can? Oh wow, okay, yeah, that's a lot of time. You save 10 cans, that's pretty good. What time is the Mary-Kate and Ashley Crush Course? That run is not in this marathon, for better or worse. Although I am the world record holder, and I, of course, got to choose the cutest boys, which includes the Aquarius and the Leo. We all know that. Yeah, this game will eat inputs if you input in a way that you don't wait for the animation to complete. As long as you are aware that that is a thing, then usually your inputs will not get eaten. So, the input eating relies solely on the player, if that makes any sense. The Chamber of Birth? Oh god. I hope. I'm gonna run through this guy because hitbox doesn't work on the left side of the screen for some reason. And we'll avoid all those cannons. I'm gonna try and show off a glitch on this stage. It might end up costing me like 30 seconds if I fail it, but if I get it, it'll look swag as hell. And when in doubt, always swag. So I'm gonna slow down and then swag the shit out of this. Because it's not actually a time loss if you slow down, since you get the exact same amount of run inputs in if you swag run over the holes rather than, you know, jumping. So, moving on to the boss of New York, which is definitely not a Sonic Adventure boss, since this came before Sonic Adventure, and also includes a quote-unquote red pizza truck, which is definitely a red pizza truck. So, there's two sections in this level that make it way easier to navigate. But I haven't played this in a little while, so I kind of forget where they're at. Sort of. So we're going to try and make this look good. If you know that these sections exist, this level is way easier than it looks, at the very least. So right here, for instance, there's a straight line of no obstacles for some reason, which is right around where this dark line is. So I can just wait about half of this level just standing right here, and then wiggle my way back. And then we're already done. That was a very easy stage. I am, in fact, flying around at the speed of sound. You are correct. Hey, what's up, Kona? Ace of Spades. Welcome, welcome. Pepsiman, indeed. So, another cutscene here, since we beat World 2. How's it going, Danimal? Oh, man. This raid is real.
Pepsi for TV game.
I love that one. It's so good. It's so good. Oh yeah, I should drink more soda. I've been up since 4:30 running this marathon, so I'm sure the caffeine can only help at this point.
Pepsiman, a plane full of passengers had to make an emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed. But in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted.
So a plane crashed in the middle of the desert, exactly in the middle, actually, the epicenter of the desert. And nobody's hurt, but they're all dying of thirst, so it's up to us to bring them soda, and then leave them there to die and probably eat each other. Which is canon, by the way. So we're in Texas now. And there's a very precise run input at the beginning here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna wait for this tumbleweed, wait for that to go by, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I did it right, that will go by. We'll run again, wiggle back to the left, and bam! That is the quickest way through those trucks. If you take any other time to go through that... No! I was reading chat! Okay. That never happened. So 1, 2, 3, 4... Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just act excited, PogChamp. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. There we go. We made it. Okay. See, look. That's exactly perfect. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. That's okay. We'll get the swag to make up for it. There's a 2-frame window where you can slide... No! I'll try one more time. 2-frame window where you can slide under the bottom ones. I haven't practiced this in a little while, though. Alright, never mind. we'll just not do the swag strats, because I am bad. This is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but this is fine. So I'm gonna actually collect cans now to heal. Since we did not get the swag strats. There we go. Alright, so as long as I don't miss an input here, basically, we will get through this section perfectly fine. If I miss an input, then one of these bikers will come up behind me and insta-kill me like that car did earlier, which definitely did not happen. Nobody saw that. And then as long as I do an input every time here, I won't even have to jump. I will just always get this. This is where a dropped input can screw you, but as long as you time your runs properly, it'll never happen, basically. Alright, so now all we have to do is get through the car wash. And we did it. Dread was not in this marathon, unfortunately. And you definitely would not want to see me run Dread. You can ask Chops. Because, during my last marathon where I did that, it did not go very well. Not gonna lie. What about the plane? The plane's still catching up. We're on level 1 of 2 plus a boss. So after this level, we'll get to the plane. So this level's interesting because there are buffalo that spawn. So this is where we can really utilize the speeding up and slowing down mechanic to cause enemies to spawn. So what I did there is I ran to cause that buffalo to spawn. And then I slowed down by sliding to let it run by me. That way I didn't have to run into it for one, or wait slowly for it to run past me. This barrel is really bad. The last barrel was a lot easier than this one. The problem with this one is that there is a very, very thin platform at the end of this, which you can fall off of extremely easily for some reason. But we got there. So we're in the Great Mine Cart slash mine of Texas that everybody knows about in their Texas history class that we all had in school, of course. This is just a very well optimized part of the route, but not necessarily a very interesting one, unfortunately. However, if I screw up, it'll be interesting. If I slide there, that will spawn ahead of me again, and I can slow down by sliding to run by it without getting hit. If I hug the left side of the wall, those two carts will run by. And then all I gotta do is get to the end, and there's the plane. Perfect. So, we saved all these other background characters from Street Fighter 2. By leaving them on the middle of a mine track slash train track. So probably die, I guess. I mean, they could probably follow the tracks back to the car wash we went to. So it's probably okay. Oh. Well, this is a very unlikely set of events that would cause this boss fight to start, but at least we're okay. Nothing Oh. Oh. Dang. So this boss fight's really easy, although a lot of people have problems with this. The problem being that you can get hit 3 times. Well, you can get hit twice. On the 3rd time, you lose a boss fight. But every time you get hit, you move further back on the screen. So, the problem with this is that the logs spawn underneath this giant pile of what I assume is also logs. But because you can't see the logs spawning due to the crappiness of this ball, getting hit once or twice becomes a very tedious task of trying to dodge the next ones because you just can't see them spawn. So a lot of people get stuck on this boss the first couple times they play through this area, just because it's extremely difficult to recognize the pattern if you're not good at dodging. But if you know the pattern, it's a very, very easy boss fight. So we're on the last world. This is the hardest world in the game. If we're going to die for the first and only time in this run, It will probably be sometime during this world. That is refreshing.
Pepsi for pizza.
No, that never happened, Rogue. Alright. Some more plot.
Pepsi Man, it looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi.
Alright, so it's pretty serious.
There will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi, and we'll
Pepsi City, the city that hosts the Pepsi factory that makes Pepsi, which is the only one in the world, has stopped making soda because the computer has gone haywire and taken over the city. So, in order to prevent a worldwide shortage and violence among all nations of the world, we need to go into the Pepsi factory in Pepsi City and pour soda on the computer to fix it. So that is our current plot. I'm actually going to slow down, then run there to cause that truck to stop fully so I can actually get under it. Hey, that went really well, okay. That truck drops those cans randomly, and they're extremely annoying to dodge. So I usually tend to stay towards the middle. There we go, I'm going to hold right to go left here. Otherwise that car kills you. And that also dodges a can, which is convenient. Also ignore all these extremely dead people. It's fine. Nothing wrong here. Don't worry about it. If I hug the left side there, I can avoid those trucks. So my runs are sort of timed. No! I would have been fine, but I fucked it. Alright. Well, I was saying my runs are timed in a very specific manner to space myself out properly so that something like that doesn't happen, but, here we are. Never mind. Alright, so that's the end of that stage. That went badly. Oh my god. Thankfully that was the one and only time I'll die during this run. Thankfully. So the next stage is actually the hardest stage in the entire game. When I was playing this casually, it took me about an hour to get up to this level. And then I spent 2 hours on literally just the next level. Also my chair is extremely creaky and squeaky. I apologize for that. So we're probably going to die on this stage. It's very, very hard. If I can make it look good, though, that'll be good. Oh my god, I just creamed a little. Making it through those 2 boxes is so good. Okay. It requires very specific spacing. There we go. We're going to use these conveyor belts to run along this area. No! Okay, we're fine, maybe? I think we're fine. I hit the conveyor belt at... No! I hit the conveyor belt at the wrong time, which is now screwing up literally all of my spacing. But everything's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Okay, we're okay. We didn't die. That's the important thing. My spacing's off, but we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So this part's really hard to go fast, because you have very minimal input for a lot of these jumps, due to the fact that you have to wait for animations to complete. So being able to space these runs and these jumps is very hard. Alright, there's death. If I was gonna die, it was probably gonna be on this section, to be honest. since these pipes are very difficult to go fast. What happened there is my spacing got slightly off, so I wasn't able to make that jump. We're just going to go slightly slower there this time, just to make sure that we do it. This spot is routed out very precisely with where I'm going to be running to cause all of those obstacles to be just out of reach of hitting me. Alright, and then this area has a very, very, very precise ending, because the creators of this game really hated you, the player. I'm gonna concentrate a little bit. No! Why did I do that? It's because I hit right twice. Okay. Hopefully we don't die again, because otherwise I have to redo the whole stage, since I'm out of continues. I haven't practiced this in a little while, and it's clearly showing. There we go. Oh my god, that was rough. Well, good. Good thing we only had one and only one death in this run during this stage. So, otherwise this would be awkward. Oh my god. That's actually really, really hard to do. Because you have to inch like 3 or 4 pixels to the right and left to dodge those last couple walls. It's so rough. But this last stage should take about a minute. We're still going to be within estimate. So, last stage of the game is a street of giant Pepsis as a giant Pepsi follows you, while smaller Pepsis are trying to also trip you up and get you crushed by a large Pepsi, as there are also Pepsi-themed mailboxes for some reason, because they needed something to fill the street beyond just street lamps, which, oddly enough, are sadly lacking in the Pepsi. It's very weird. I'm gonna go on the right here, because it tries to trick you into going left, but if you do that, you auto get hit. And at this point, it's just finishing the stage, which, in theory, should not be difficult. And time. There we go. Hey, what's up, Dawson? Without cutscenes, that is about a 21:30, which is not very good. But we finished.
You got it! Yeah!
Which means we get the happy dance.
Woo! Everybody Pepsi! Drink Pepsi! Pepsi. Only my choice.
How's the timer at before the cutscene? Because that is the last input. So you end timer on the last input. Which is when the screen transitions there. God, I wish I could get a Pepsi sponsorship. That'd be sick. Almost done with the cutscenes here, just this very last one.
Pepsi is...
Oh, these cutscenes are so good.
Excuse me.
So, real talk, Mike Butters, the actor there, actually got paid in a case of soda for making this game. For, like, doing all the cutscenes in this. That's all he got paid. Was a single case of Pepsi. It's pretty good. So, FM is still asleep. We're going to get Outrun in whenever he wakes up, assuming he wakes up during the marathon. So, next up is going to be Trine. with Seeking, if I'm not mistaken.